So I'm pretty sure that the majority of you have heard the story about Max Scherzer gifting all of his minor league teammates AirPods after he made his final rehab start. He just wanted to say, I appreciate you guys and keep on grinding. Chris Sale is coming back from injury as well. He had a rehab start yesterday and he rewarded his teammates by redecorating the clubhouse. Obviously, I am being facetious. I am joking. He completely destroyed the clubhouse, and a lot of people are mad at Chris Sale because they're kind of saying, hey, you don't really have to deal with that. You're moving on to the major leagues here soon. The clubby of that AAA team is not going to have to spend the next hour cleaning that up, and now the AAA team is going to have to pay for it. On one hand, I'm like, cool, I like seeing baseball players be passionate, and on the other hand, feel like there's a time and place for it. What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Shohei Ohtani might have now officially claimed the crown as the best player in baseball. Yes, over Juan Soto, over Mike Trout, and other guys. Aaron Judge and the Yankees absolutely teed off against the hapless Pittsburgh Pirates, and Bo Bichette, yeah, he took this pitch personally. Now, I have a favor to ask of you guys. Make sure that you have your bells turned on and are subscribed because we're coming out with a second video later today. I completely forgot that the All-Star voting ends tomorrow at 11 a.m. So I want to show you guys my final votes. So that's going to come out a little bit later. Now, the first story of today is a little bit worrisome because as you guys can tell by the title, a Tiger star player has gone missing. And I say star because Erod, Eduardo Rodriguez, signed for over $70 million in the offseason. He left the team about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and now the Tigers can no longer get in touch with him. He stopped responding. And first and foremost, I just want to say I hope that he's doing all right. Allegedly, this is because of marital issues. So if it is something with his family, I hope that Erod and his family get in contact with a counselor or something so they can get back on track. And I want to see Erod back on the Tigers because Detroit has been playing very well as of late, but that is the update on Erod. Really, there is no update. And also, he's not getting paid because obviously he chose to voluntarily step away. Now, I can tell you the Tigers are playing better from experience because for the first time since 2013, the Tigers swept Cleveland. Cody Clemens and Tucker Barnhart started off with some RBI singles. Bieber did not look like himself. He allowed 3 walks and 5 earned runs after Javier Baez and Miggy also came away with RBI singles. The Tigers went off for 8 runs total after Robbie Grossman tripled and Cody Clemens hit a pimp job, so they improved to 10-7 in the Riley Greene era. Ever since they called him up, they have been a completely different team, and this is without Erod, Turnbull, you have Casey Mize, Matt Manning. Like, they legit have almost no pitching from their starting rotation when the season first started, and they're playing good. So props to Riley Greene. He's completely changed that team. What a day to be a White Sox fan. Jose Abreu doubled home Tim Anderson, which is a great sentence in itself, but Eloy freaking Jimenez was back in the lineup crushing baseballs. I hate that some of the most likable players in baseball are in the AL Central. I mean, Byron Buxton, Riley Greene now, Eloy Jimenez. I love these dudes. I mean, even this dude, Luis Robert, again, I call him Robert because that's how he says it's pronounced, but a lot of you guys, if you call him Robert, I don't really care. He loves facing the Twins apparently, but the Twins also don't mind facing the White Sox staff as they erupted for 3 home runs between the 5th, the 7th, and the 8th. So now the White Sox find themselves in a hole going into the bottom of the 8th where their savior Andrew Vaughn delivered with a crucial game-tying 2-run bomb. He's now hitting basically 300 on the season with 38 RBIs and a near 130 OPS plus. His home run gives the bullpen a chance to keep it tied, and it stays tied going into the bottom of the 10th. And yes, I am leading into a walk-off. Lurie Garcia singles home Adam Engel, and they pick up their first W in 6 tries against the Twins this year. Michael White of the Dodgers was cooking like Mr. White. Hopefully some of you understand that reference. If not, it's from Breaking Bad. 6 strikeouts over nearly 6 scoreless innings allow just 1 base hit, and the Dodgers, they have pitchers for days, it feels like. Bellinger got on with his 2nd hit of the night and came around to score on a wild pitch. That one ties it, and then he got on again for his 3rd hit in the 9th inning. Mookie Betts puts the ball in play. Cody Bellinger sprints home. So Mookie walks it off, and the Dodgers pick up their 52nd W of the season. I really like their chances of making a deep playoff push. I mean, obviously, they're the favorites, I think, right now to win it, along with the Yankees. All right, so let's see if the Giants can catch some fire and maybe gain some ground in the NL West. It started off horribly as San Francisco saw themselves down by 4 runs after 2 innings, but here comes the Giants. They cut the deficit in half in the 5th inning, and then Darren Ruff mashes a baseball 430 feet to tie it up at 4 runs apiece. Austin Slater puts the finishing touches on the comeback with a 2-run double, and the Giants do get back in the win column, looking to have a better July than May and June because they went 26-27 over May and and June. That is not good. Now, speaking of making a statement, just like the Giants hopefully did right there, my God, the Yankees, I guess, really wanted to avoid a sweep by the Pirates, and they reminded the world who they is. Mitch Keller and Sevy actually threw 4 scoreless innings each, and then the 5th happened. DJ drove home Gallo and IKF for the first 2 runs of the game, and then Donaldson got all over this pitch, and so did my friend Joey Gallo. He got a belt-high fastball, and he did not miss it. He makes it back-to-back home runs for not only the Yankees, but for Luis Severino, who was fantastic. Kyle Higashioka mashed one, and yeah, that's pretty much a wrap because Aaron Judge, his 30th home run of the first half, it's not even middle of July yet, was a grand slam. Then you have Aaron Hicks pimping the second slam of the game. He did it off a positional player, and then Stanton grabbed a home run as well. It ends up being 16-0. So Judge is bolstering his MVP case, and he's going to need to keep doing this because Shohei Ohtani is having one of the best stretches of any baseball, of any human to ever play baseball. Mike Trout was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded, so he gets a free RBI, and Shohei laces a single to bring home 2. The Angels ended up with 5 runs for Ohtani, and this dude tossed another gem. He went 7 innings with 10 strikeouts, and that run he gave up was not an earned run. So that run happened because of an error, so obviously he's still going to be credited with an unearned run for that. He has now gone 4 consecutive starts without allowing an earned run, and he became the first player ever to have 10 plus strikeouts, multiple RBIs, and a stolen base all in one game. He is a 7-tool baseball player, and that is why Aaron Judge has to keep it up. I mean, guys, Ohtani, he's on pace for 30 home runs, almost 100 RBIs, a 140 OPS plus, all while sporting a 2.44 ERA and FIP because of his insane 12.3 strikeouts per 9. I love Aaron Judge. I picked him before the season to win the MVP, but right now it's Shohei Ohtani. Sorry, but not sorry. The Tampa Bay Rays are starting to show off against their division rivals, the Boston Red Sox, as they win easily again in this one. Wander Franco hasn't made a ton of noise this year, but there he is driving in a run. Randy Arozarena hits one over everyone for a 2-run double, and then Kevin Kiermaier continues to run produce. He has 22 RBIs on the season. 5 of those 22 came in the last 5 games. Rookie Josh Lowe is trying his best to make sure that Isaac Paredes trade is as embarrassing as possible because they already won by getting Paredes, and now if they can replace Meadows' production with Josh Lowe, I mean, geez. Corey Kluber has been very good, not very good, pretty solid with the Rays. He now owns a mid-3 ERA after this gem, 5 strikeouts, no walks, and 6 shutout, and Randy puts the cherry on top with his 9th home run of the season. This next one was kind of funny because Matt Chapman was going up against his former teammate, James Caprillion. James was fantastic. He held the Jays scoreless through 5, but then Matt got some payback against not only his former teammate, but James was the officiator in Matt Chapman's wedding. So that one definitely hurts, and Jose Barrios is officially off the hook for an L. And by the way, Barrios was gross. 6 punchies and 1 earned run in 6 innings. And look at Bo Bichette disrespecting that baseball. He pimped the heck out of that pitch, and Jordan Romano takes advantage of the lead. He strikes out 2. He grabs his 18th save, and the Blue Jays end their 5-game losing streak. Christian Javier might have been the best pitcher on the planet coming into this one. He made history with 27 strikeouts and 1 hit over his last 2 games, but he got lit up in this one. Merrifield, Dozier, and Emmanuel Rivera all rip home runs off of Javier. This was the first time in almost a month that Christian allowed more than 2 runs in a single start. Hunter Dozier supplied 1 more RBI in the 3rd on a double, and he quietly has an almost 120 OPS plus on the season. I wonder if they're going to move on from him because he has a very team-friendly contract. Oh, actually, it's not the best contract. Let me take that back. Andrew Benintendi, Benny Biceps, extends the lead after the Astros mount a small comeback, but then rookie MJ Melendez brings home Andrew Benintendi for their 7th run. You have Barlow striking out 2 for his 13th save. He could very well be an all-star this year. That was a pretty solid win for the Kansas City Royals. Now, I'm not going to lie, the Braves made it very easy for me to recap this win over the Cardinals. Ozuna and postseason legend Eddie Rosario both connected for a few long balls, and Max Fried tore apart the Cardinals lineup. Another 6-inning outing in which he does not allow a single run to score. He has a 2.52 ERA. Travis d'Arnaud pushes the lead to 3-0, and the bullpen had it covered from there. The bullpen, they held their own, and they kept the Cardinals at bay, sending the Cardinals to 44-40, and they're 1-5 to begin July, whereas the Braves, they're on a 3-game winning streak, and they're trying their absolute best to catch up to the Mets before the All-Star break. All right, so I won't tease Mets fans anymore because we just talked about the Mets. Let's see if they can pick up the W. The Cincinnati Reds tried to stay in this game as they pretty much traded runs with New York for the first few innings of this one, and the Mets tied it up in the 9th on a Starling Marte double. So we head to extras where Dom Smith gives his team the lead as he continues to rake, and James McCann brought home another, all right before before, Brandon Nimmo said Placata. He now has 7 home runs and a .360 on base percentage. He also leads the National League in triples. The Mets are back to 20 games over 500, and Jacob deGrom is making his second rehab start here soon, so he's going to be back after the All-Star break. Kyle Schwarber versus the world. That was the theme of yesterday's game. Kyle Schwarber hit his 26th home run, and then in the same game ripped his 27th home run of the season. He now has 50 home runs over his last 150 games. Kyle Schwarber is an all-time power talent, but because Odubel Herrera doesn't know how to play baseball, it was all for nothing. Luis Garcia, who a lot of people compared to Juan Soto before he got called up, is now hitting .325 with 14 home runs in his first 33 games. He's clearly no Juan Soto, but he can swing it. Tanner Rainey dominated in the 9th inning with 2 strikeouts, and the Phillies fall back to an 8-game deficit after both the Mets and the Braves took dubs yesterday. Corey Seager, I hate to pinpoint the loss on him, but he basically threw away any chance of his team coming away with the victory because his error allowed 2 runs to score. And the problem with that is the Rangers couldn't really score themselves. Okay, well, they got 1 in the 5th, and that was all that they could get off of Sammy Watkins. He was gracious enough to give them 1 run on the day. I don't know if I just said Sammy Watkins, but his name is Spencer Watkins. Let me correct it if I did botch that. He was within 1 out of going 7 innings, so he comes out with 6 2/3, only allowed that 1 earned run. The Baltimore bullpen then imposed their will as Jorge Lopez struck out 2 for his 14th save, and the Orioles sweep the Rangers. Baltimore is now 5 games away from being 500, and they're 18-14 since the beginning of June. And last but not least, I have no idea how the Cubs won this game because Corbin Burns was given the lead, and then he proceeded to go 7 shutout with 10 strikeouts. Only 4 Cubs were allowed to get on base. Adrian Sampson was fantastic for the Cubs, so he kept them in the game. 1 earned run in 6 innings. But as soon as Corbin Burns was taken out, the Cubs struck as Ortega singled home Christopher Morel, and Josh Hader could not keep it tied in the 9th as Higgins plated Patrick Wisdom. David Robertson, he stays composed, and the 37-year-old keeps adding to his resume with his 12th save, and he is now just 1 save away from 150 for his career. So that is going to do it for today's recap. Before we show the web gems, I want to mention that a second video again is coming later today about the All-Star Game ballot, and staying with the All-Star theme, 15 years ago today, again before the web gems, Ichiro hit the first ever inside the park home run in All-Star Game history. Enjoy.
It's gone. Here's a shot into deep right field. Back at the wall. Ichiro hits it off the wall. Misses. In to score is Roberts. Here comes Ichiro. Inside the park home run.
With a good friend. Oh, here comes.
Half swing roller to Arenado with a jump throw, and Goldschmidt stayed on the bag.
One Gold Glover to another here. Oh, what a play. What a play.
Oh, man. And the catch to his right by A-Ray Adrianza. And the athletic Adrianza takes care of the rest.
Back at him. Backhand play, Muncy from short center field. Heck of a play.
Throws this on a bounce on purpose, gets rid of it as soon as possible, and Freddie Freeman has to adjust his
secondary pitch as well.
Sharp ground ball, diving stop. Cruz can't get to his feet, now does, and throws him out. He's something to watch.
See full extension right there. The glove so low to the ground.
Higgins been a hot hitter, and he leans out on that one. That's trouble. That is way back, and Hero makes the catch.
The run. Check out this look right here. Catches the ball. No regard for his body.
Oh my goodness.
Bouncer at third base. Diving stop. Culberson to second. 1 on to first. Oh, just a smidge.
From Charlie, right? He doesn't play with much consistency, and you put him in there, and he just gives you a great defensive effort.
Bouncer first base side. Diving stop. Reese Hoskins from a knee. Flips to Knebel in time.
For Miles Michaelis. Gets a fly ball toward left center field. Carlson on the move. Back at the wall. Reaches up and makes the catch.
And you got to go a long ways right here. It helps that he's lefty.
It's not as easy as what it is for yourself.
Oh, what a play from Torres to end the inning.